Okay, so today I'm going to talk, and I will try to finish it within 30 minutes, and maybe for question answer some of them. So being a teacher and working in a Center for Publication Ethics as a coordinator and watching on what kind of papers are publishing, what kind of journals are publishing, what are the unethical practices, and working with care gave me an immense experience about what kind of things are going on in research. Today I'm not going to talk anything technically, no technical or not kind of what AI can do and AI tools. I think one of my student, Chetan, is taking care of that, teaching different types of tools and others. But I'm going to tell you what librarians are looking at towards this and what they need to learn. So what I'm going to talk about, there are two things that libraries they have to manage. So first is management, and second, a core part of it, reference services or services to the society. Library services and management, and then I will talk about core competencies. I will show you some of the attempts what we have done at Savitribai Phule Pune University with my other colleague in management department, Pumba. And one paper we are working on it, how to identify text generated by machines without any software. And I think those skills librarians have several years and years. We don't need any software for that. And I will give you ample of examples, and those competencies today's librarians should develop. So if you see the role of librarian, very interesting. I will take you as a teacher, I will take you some time back, what kind of our reformers and other experts from several years they are suggesting. So librarian's role, this is Shera's article and very famous triangle, that librarian is an intermediary between information and user. And that role has not yet changed. We are doing the same thing, only we are using different methods. And second is CAMP. These two circles are very interesting one. So whatever is developed in the society, whatever graphic records or information is written in the society by different experts like researchers from institutions, universities, and apart from that also, whatever is recorded, it goes to the library, and libraries are again using to create a new knowledge. I don't think that is new to us. Let us see the old library, that is Alexandria Library. And if you see the image, it's very interesting one. I found it on Wikipedia. But these four librarians which I have mentioned here, Demetrius, who was the collector of graphic records in Alexandria Library, he was the founder of, I will not go into that, but he selected only those roles which are legitimate and good one. So we have first criteria and what we can say that our competency to select only what is good. Then Callimachus, I don't know how many of know, he developed Pinax, which is a catalog, but the name of the catalog is not just the catalog, it's a bibliographical catalog. So when we write only author today, he used to write author's credentials on the catalog. So who is this person and what his credentials are? He is from which school? And that time it was large number of philosophers. Then Zenodotus, he was inventor, and he developed one skill to find out the passages from the text which are illegitimate, which are not acceptable. So he used to do manual plagiarism kind of thing. And Aristophanes, he was again a good librarian. He, in one of the poetic competition, he identified that 7 to 8 entries were plagiarized that time. So see how much, what kind of expertise they had, and still we have that. This should be the first one, but Asurbani Pal's library, which was on stone, So this is the first than Alexandria. He has written very good note on those stone, said whosoever erase my written name and writes his own instead, Me Nabu means the God, the universal scribe erase his name. So it's again a authorship problem today we have. Then middle age, many libraries were burnt out, and we know the history. Second, 3 times Alexandria library was burnt out, and then scriptorium started in the middle age, where people used to rewrite whatever was burnt out, and that is the humanitarian role. Imagine a lot of things we could not document it yet. It has vanished off or somewhere lying. Then again, when we saw a golden era of librarianship, if you see some of the stalwart they portrayed, what skills librarians should have after certain years. So Urquhart in 1963, he gave very interesting name to librarian, human rats. And that is very, I like that paper. Read, analyze, translate and select. That's what we are doing, correct? And we need this in AI era. When we have ChatGPT and others, how to do that I will share. Swanson, his article is excellent, you must read it, Dialogue with a Catalog. And he has given in an illustrated way how dialogue should be. And many of the things we have not yet achieved, so you should go back. Marcia Shera's triangle I have already shared. Marcia Bates' berry picking approach, that what you need to select for the users. Herbert White, the librarian and information technology, which is the tail and which is the dog. Very excellent article. Gorman again say overuse of social media and loss of humanistic approach of librarians. Dewey in 1926, on the other hand, what he has mentioned, our next half century, which he has mentioned in the 40th annual meeting of the University, American Libraries. He said, if a better way than books is found, we should use it. So we should not just stick to books, we should adopt, because if you say I will not use AI, I will not use ChatGPT, nothing will happen. But the user who is coming in the library is more better than you. And we should not do that. We should have a good communication, collaboration with the user, and that's what we are learning in our reference service. So what competencies, I will not talk much on this, but we have communication skills, current publishing trends we know, understand the life cycle of research papers, data management services, reading habits, everything we are talking several years. Now what we need? AI literacy, we need to learn prompt engineering, we need to understand what metadata is. And what, I have a request to all of you, don't plagiarize this. You're taking photographs. Have you asked me to take before the photographs? All of you are librarians, right? I will bring you to the court. Right? So listen carefully, you don't need to copy anything. Anyway, I have created last night this whole PPT. Data literacy, bias detection. I will give you some of the examples of this. Verification skills, workflow, ethical use of AI. AI literacy and innovation leadership. So 2 things we do several years, management of libraries. So what are the traditional competencies and AI era we need to learn? Managing physical collections, managing hybrid and AI supported collection. Manual planning, data driven decision making. AI do a lot of things for us and we have to use it very, very carefully. Routine HR tasks, upskilling team for AI tools. Paper-based policies, now we have AI ethics and technology governance, managing physical workflow. I will not read all of them, but reference services again, prompt engineering, I will give some of the examples so you will understand. So earlier, physical libraries were there. Then we accepted the technology, especially computer technology and then the Google technology. Now AI. So what AI is, having several thousands of tools coming up. And remember, AI is what Sir said, it's artificial and it's a business oriented. Nothing is free. So whatever, whenever you start using AI, certain level you will get free, otherwise you have to pay for it. But we need to learn this. We cannot say we will not learn this. I was on the 29th Last month I was with Ayurvedic doctors in Mumbai, in Poddar College, and we worked very differently. So I gave them example that the patient coming with knowing all Samhitas from Charak Samhita and others and Sanskrit with the help of AI, and he's asking like, these symptoms I have, now you give me medicine. So doctor was, they have to be very careful. Like this, even for doctors, this is, the patients are intelligent. We should have accept this technology, and we should not say that we will not learn it, right? At least what is wrong and not correct. So as a librarian, we can say that I'm not going to talk about literature and research kind of thing, but literature review, there are n number of tools, and as I said, our student Chetan is taking several workshops on different kind of tools, how to use AI tools, literature search, data analysis, graph creation, and many. I will not go into it. So critical consideration, always verify, because you have to combat the hallucination as a collaborator, not the replacement. So let us see one of the query which I have. This is my very favorite query. I worked with National Film Institute, and there we worked some time back. So this is the query. I want to know Bollywood movies where there is a train in those movies and where story is progressing. So how to solve this query? How will you write? So it is no thought query. I will just go to Google and write like Bollywood movies where story progress in a train. So I will get something Indian Railway first, which is not I am looking for. So I am enough good. So I am writing Google query. So I know how to write strategies. So I have written Hindi movie, Bollywood, railway journey, so many things, and I received something. So I have to go through it. So then I used AI. So why not to AI? So no voice user prompt is, I want information on Bollywood movies where the story progress in a train. So I received some Aradhana, Pakiza, then Burning Train and other, but I was looking something else. I was wanted to, the query was that I want to work on the movies and how they do. So librarian wrote a prompt on that because he is a different than normal user. So I require a list of Hindi language feature films where. So again it received Jab We Met and Chennai Express and others. But you need to write a fluent prompt, and that's why you need to learn prompt engineering. So this is a big prompt, and you have to write a big prompt, maybe 1 or 2 page big prompt. It's not that whatever you are writing is correct. So as a film researcher, synthesize a brief literature review in Hindi feature film where railway is primary, blah, blah. And then I get a very good response from AI, and I'm not saying that this is correct. But then when you want, you need to know what I want from AI, and you have to learn how to write. So you have no option to learn how to write, and for that you need to read a lot. Without that you cannot write good prompt. But then I have to, whenever I give this output to user, I have to recheck whether there is no hallucination, no wrong. This is just an example. So attempt at SPPU, I will not take much time, but 3 attempts we have done at SPPU. We have started working on AI and started giving training. We have conducted 4 or 5 workshops on AI, not only with librarians, but other expert also. So first thing we have developed that protocols for identifying and for detecting AI generated text. I will show what are those. Use of Alexa at Pumba Library. First paper this AI generated text we presented in Gandhinagar conference in IIT Gandhinagar last month, and we received best presentation also for that. Pumba, we have used Alexa for interacting with the users, and that also we received international award of Sage Technology Award. And recently I have received a funding from the university to work on Marathi journal citation database. That is a very ambitious project, but I want to do it to document the local knowledge. So let me see what protocols we design. You don't need any software to identify text generated by AI. And these competencies you must have, because I will give you several examples that what is happening today. So text, authority and language. like 7 protocols in text, 5 protocols in authority and language. I will not go through all, but some of them. So see the chat GPT, and it has developed, I found one paper published by Elsevier or some other Springer, where this person forgot to remove regenerate response word from the discussion part. Remember, discussion is a major contribution in a paper. So can you, this is from I think environmental science and pollution research. So we need to understand this. I know I'm not an environmental expert, but if I found some torture phrases in between, I don't need any software for that. If you go through the, you will understand this is one example. Second is very interesting, I found biases. Do you know that US has all control over internet and we never get access to all resources. So this is very good value and technology. Rosenberger's bench example I found. This bench is with armrest placed in the middle, a subtle architectural design that prevents homeless people to lying down. So they should not lie down because it is in between there is a handrest. It is a biased. So similar kind of bias is there. So Rosenberger's bench design mediates human behavior, cannot lie down. Here AI systems. AI design mediates behavior and access like algorithmic bias and content filtering. Socially callous design like exclude marginalized people. Biased AI many marginalize certain groups and perpetuate inequalities. We are not aware, and librarians should aware of it. What kind of information you are getting, and I will share one book. So bench seems neutral but encodes value, correct? This design encodes value. It is not for specific people. So AI appears objective but reflects designer's bias, data bias, institutional goals. So this is a bias. I asked ChatGPT, so just don't read it critically. Asking ChatGPT who is a typical Indian doctor. So the reply is a highly educated, middle class, male professional, often from urban background, fluent in English, typically wearing a white coat and stethoscope. But don't you think it is a bias? I have objection only male. Why male? There are women doctors, there are Dalit doctors, Siddha doctor, Ayurveda doctor. It's not mentioned. So are we aware? Are we reading between the line? We need to do that. As a librarian, that is our job now. So this is language. 129 papers retracted, and because of some Indian researchers, I will show you the example. These are from one university published papers, and they used common words in several of their papers. Common lines, like our team has extensive knowledge of research experience and our research has knowledge. All their papers have the same thing. If you can really look into it, you will find out this is really a kind of unethical practices they are doing. They just want to publish papers. Again, Springer Nature Psycholinguistic Journal retracted several dozens. If you go to Retraction Watch website, you will find several thousands of papers are retracted because of misconduct and now AI generated. Springer Nature retracted a book. Can you imagine? This book is completely developed by, written by AI. And they have mentioned the publisher was unable to verify the source of 25 out of 46 references in this book. So the book is retracted, the complete book, after publishing by Springer. So do you think that reviewers are not literate enough? They cannot find out the difficulties, they cannot find out these references, and here's librarian's job is important. We cannot purchase such book in a library. You will get several books nowadays after this generated by AI, so you should develop those skills. This is small work what we have done at Pumba. I will just show you. We have used Alexa in a library.
I can answer any question from your My Questions list. What's your question?
Cupboard number for marketing management.
Cupboard number 61 to 63.
Cupboard number for management accounting books.
Cupboard number 71 from 4th row to cupboard number 72.
Alexa, open my question.
I can answer any question from your My Questions list.
Cupboard number for basics of management.
Cupboard number 59 and cupboard number 60.
Cupboard number for financial management.
Cupboard number 76 to cupboard number 82.
Thank you.
The service is quite good because we used to wait for 2 to 3 minutes searching for the books, and right now we can just stand here and listen to this and directly go to that cupboard searching for that.
Hello. Okay. So the last project we are doing, very ambitious project, and I need all of your help in that case. Sthanik Samshodhan, this is in the Marathi, so I have written in Marathi. Kala, Manaviki, Samaj Vidyan and Bharatiya Jnana Pranali. So what we are efforts that we are going to build a citation index of Marathi journals, and based on Garfield's principles and what they have done. Because why we want to do this? Because we realize that our local Indian knowledge, which is documented in Indian knowledge, Indian languages, never get indexed in Scopus Web of Science or any other database because of their localness, their language. And these publishers are small publishers. They cannot translate abstracts into English, and that is why they cannot reach to these databases, but that doesn't mean these are not good. During the care, we found several examples and several journals which are doing excellent job since last 120 and 150 years in Hindi, Urdu, several Indian languages, but we don't have any kind of index in that. And when we talk about CAS and career advancement and everything, our language experts, they never get such kind of glamour that my H index is this, I received these many citations, I have published in this impact factor journal, because we don't have that. So why not to start with documenting our citation index. So this also found that many of the journals, editors and publishers, they are not aware of standard publishing practices, not style guide and style manuals. So we are trying to communicate with them. So we have series of workshops for Indian, start with Marathi language, Marathi editors of those journals. We are going to start with that first meeting. Our project is sanctioned by the university, and I have no problem for the funding because it's a very difficult task to do. So because they thought we can do it, and this is not, I'm not Shubhada is doing it, is a library science profession is doing. That's what I want to tell our university, that we can do this because we are working several years and we have a huge legacy of documentation. So we will do this kind of project, and recently we have started this project. You must read this Algorithm of Oppression by Sophia Omoji Noble, where she has mentioned several biases in internet and in algorithmic level. If it is at algorithmic level, we cannot find information from different countries, different groups of people, different communities. And that is why don't rely completely on internet. And if you see big libraries in the world, several millions and billions books are not yet digitized. And so we cannot rely on AI completely, but we cannot deny also. Because user is coming with AI, and we should know, because we have accepted computer technology, internet technology, digital technology, social media, why not to accept AI challenge? And that is why we need to work on it. Again, the last one, that this is the paper I wanted to, again, it was very old paper, but it reminds us that librarians and information technology, which is the tail and which is the dog. Tail is technology. We have to use it for our, so tail is wagging by dog for his safety and others. We should not, so technology is a tail, not the everything, or not a library science, or not a physics, not a chemistry, not a biology. Technology is helping the managing the data, creating metadata, creating labeling, and many other things. So this is a Radford very good article I found, where he has mentioned, reveal the networks among records, nodes between the text to the users to create new knowledge, technology is assisting in the networking of resources, text and words. However, the key issue is to link them in accordance with the pattern that the user expects. And that is what our role is. Nothing has changed from Alexandria till today. Only thing we have to look into it with different angles. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.